Awesome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hi, I am Christine Comerford of SmartTribes Institute, and I am thrilled to welcome you today. We all have embraced the latest leadership techniques. We're all performing at the greatest levels we possibly can. So today we're going to learn about performing at entirely new levels because we're tapping into greater, more expansive parts of our brain. Now, as humans, we have access to 100 billion neurons, but yet we only use about 15%. Why? Because we spend a lot of time focusing on the external world as opposed to on the internal world. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to learn how to focus more on the internal world, how to get still, how to get access to, if you will, greater parts of our brain, greater mental clarity, greater emotional resiliency, greater change agility, greater empowered autonomy, if you will, greater results, and my favorite part, greater fulfillment in both your work and your life. So let's go ahead and look at what it's like to be human. We're going to do that. We're going to learn the latest research on neuroscience, leadership and mindfulness. We're also going to look at two tools. We'll start with a little mini tool, and then we'll do two longer tools. So let's think about when we're out there in the world, when things happen to us, when we get triggered and stressed, we can't always choose how to respond. Sometimes we compulsively react. Today we're going to learn how to have more choice and how to respond. Now, I'm in a limited bandwidth area, so I'm going to turn my camera off, but I will be with you this whole time. I just want to make sure that everything works great with the slides. So I'm just going to turn the camera off. But here we go, everyone. Good. So we know we shouldn't get freaked out. We know we shouldn't get anxious. We know we should stay present. And doing that will enable us to find better solutions. But sometimes we just get triggered by our brain's survival response. We're human. So how do we perform at new levels? How do we have greater fulfillment? How do we stay more healthy and mindful? Meditation, mindfulness, stopping our thoughts. So let's do it. I'm Christine Comerford, SmartTribes Institute, and I welcome you here today. Alexis Chapman will be joining us. She will be our moderator, and she'll be making sure that your questions get asked. And I will do my utmost to answer as many as I possibly can. We have about 400 people here today, so we'll do what we can. Awesome. So let's now talk about kind of stepping in. So please take a moment. If it's possible to stand up, great. If it's not, that's okay too. Let's do a quick presence process. So whether you can stand up tall or sit tall, please feel your feet on the floor. Please feel from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. Feel your full height. Feel your energy. Feel your solidity. Feel how present you are right here, right now. Breathe. And now, holding that full height, feel your full width. The width of your feet, how they're planted on the floor, the width of your legs, torso, arms, chest, head. Feel the amount of space that you occupy on this gorgeous and mysterious planet. You're supposed to be here, and we're all so glad that you're here with us. And just breathe there. And now feel your depth. Feel from the front of your torso through the back of it. Feel where you are. Feel your purpose in your life. Feel your commitment to yourself, to your loved ones, to your colleagues, to your company. Feel the difference you're making in the lives of the people you interact with. And breathe there. And now feeling all of this at once, your full height from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, your full width, and the amount of space you occupy on the planet, and your full depth, your purpose, your commitment, the difference that you're making. Shining out. Breathe fully there. Thank you for being present with us today. Your being here matters. You're being part of this tribe of mindful leaders matters. Let's create an awesome webinar together. So, you've probably heard about my business bio. You probably have an understanding of how we teach neuroscience to leaders and how we do executive coaching and training. What you might not be aware of is my personal bio. I was 7 years as a Buddhist monk. I spent 17 years studying indigenous mindfulness practices, mysticism, Peruvian and Native American shamanism, Reiki, Egyptian mystery school technologies, Raja Yoga, etc. Worked closely with the Dalai Lama. And here's the thing. When we can bring all of ourselves to work, we can get much greater results. Let's talk about what we're going to learn today. So we're going to increase your inner stillness so you can navigate growth and change more effectively. We're going to replenish and recharge your mental, emotional, physical energy within minutes. You're going to experience that shortly. We're going to show you how to expand your capacity to lead more effectively and create teams that are more engaged, productive, accountable. You're also going to have the experience of bringing more meaning and fulfillment into your life. And with these technologies, you make better decisions as well. Let's talk about the coolest, latest research on mindfulness and what it means to your brain, and then we're going to start experiencing more of it. Harvard found recently that meditation literally rebuilds the gray matter in your brain in just 8 weeks. It's the first study that's ever documented that meditation provides physiological, physical changes. Harvard also found that just in doing 8 weeks of mindfulness-based stress reduction, 30 minutes per session, 8 weeks, you can increase the cortical thickness in the hippocampus, which increases your ability to learn and have stronger memory, increase the prefrontal cortex, which affects vision and planning and emotional regulation, decrease the cell volume in the amygdala, which is responsible for fear, anxiety, and stress. So we reduce the amount of fear, anxiety, and stress. We have greater choice as to how to respond versus compulsively react. We have stronger vision, greater ability to plan and say, I'm here, but I want to be there. How do I get there? And also stronger learning and memory. Yale also found that mindfulness meditation decreases activity in the default mode network. This is a part of your brain that's responsible for mind-wandering, self-referential thoughts. So I want you guys to start to think about what this really means. The DMN is on or active when we're not thinking about anything in particular, when our minds are just wandering from thought to thought. This is what the late, great Wayne Dyer referred to when he said that human beings have 60,000 thoughts per day, and 90% of them are repetitive. Whoa. So if we want to have improved concentration, improved focus and attention, less stress and anxiety, greater productivity, stronger leadership, happier, more peaceful, fulfilling lives, more energy, better sleep, mindfulness is a great way to do that. Now, let's look at an average day in your life maybe. Maybe there are lots of things going on. Maybe there are lots of changes, lots of short notice requests, lots of pressures and deadlines. We can make meaning in whatever way we choose. One meaning-making option is, oh my gosh, this is so stressful. I'm emotionally exhausted by this. It's too much. What's the result of that meaning-making? Missed deadlines, probably incomplete work, probably stress for yourself and others that have to deal with the missed deadlines and the incomplete work. No fun for anybody. Definitely no ease, grace, and joy. Here is an alternative. When lots of stuff is changing, lots of short notice requests, lots of deadlines, we could instead say, yippee! Change means movement, growth, a chance to really shine, a chance to be of great service. How great that I get to tap into my awesome brain and become even more clear, find even more solutions as I focus on the outcomes I want to create instead of the problems, right? What's the result of this meaning-making? Empowerment, choice, getting to respond how we want versus compulsively react, ease, grace, joy, supporting ourselves and others, honoring our values, choosing our reality. Which meaning would you like to make? So The example I just gave is a great opportunity to increase mindfulness practice to boost emotional regulation, to have greater choice to make meaning that's actually positive, because our words shape our reality. And what if nothing actually happens to us, but it only happens for us to grow? Let's look at what difference meditation makes with our direct clients. And here are some stats. So one of the biggest indicators that we found of our client success in stepping up their leadership is whether or not they have an existing mindfulness meditation practice or whether they start one. Here we go. So these are all ROI of the techniques that we're going to teach. A couple of the techniques that we're going to teach today, primarily in our 3-day mindfulness retreat, we go way deep into these. So let's look at 5 examples of folks that attended our last mindfulness and ancient wisdom retreat for leaders. So one of our clients was trying to figure out some key life decisions. Did he want to keep dating? Did he want to settle down? Did he want to stop renting? Did he want to buy a house? If he was going to settle down, did he want to have kids? Did he want to change his role in the company? Who did he actually want to be next? Because he was well into his 40s and it was time to make some decisions. He'd been agonizing with this for 18 months. When it came to our meditation, mindfulness, ancient wisdom retreat, he got tremendous clarity. Within 3 months, he then was able to say, I see it now, I understand it, I know exactly what will fulfill me. Bought a house, settled down with his girlfriend, got fully committed, they're now planning a family, he's on his way. Another one of our clients wanted to develop a new role. He wanted to stretch and really get to the C-level. It had taken him 20 months to try to navigate the organization to get that C-level role. After the retreat that he did with us, within 6 months, we had crafted the entire plan. He had tremendous clarity. He was standing fully in his power and energetic weight. 6 months later, he has a multi-million-dollar package, and he's a C-level executive. Another one of our clients, that team just wasn't as emotionally engaged as he needed. He needed everybody really aligned and enrolled and engaged. For 27 months, he was trying to get people to navigate change more effectively, care more, be more intrinsically motivated, own it. With the techniques that he learned within 6 months, he was able to pull everybody together, forge this really potent, beautiful, powerful tribe, and he's off to the races. Another one of our clients had a sabotaging boss, and she had struggled with this for 2 years, and she said, you know what, we're going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to make this boss my champion. 2 years is too long. Life is too short. She used the techniques that we taught her at the retreat. Within 5 months, that boss now is her biggest champion. And last, one of our folks wanted to take their sales team and make them top performing in the region. And this had been a struggle for a very long time. They had not been performing at their full potential. It had caused a lot of stress. It was 36 months. And when he used the techniques that he learned at our retreat, he was then able to get everybody aligned, performing at their peak, 8 months. So here's the thing. Our clients always say to us, when I use these techniques, I become a bigger version of myself. Let's go there for just a sec. So when we learn these tools to expand our awareness, to embrace our relationship with the natural world, to understand how to be more connected, how to heal ourselves energetically and heal others, we become far more present, we become far more calm, and we have this warm sense of humanity, if you will. And when we bring these tools to our life, it's actually, we start to see that it's unlimited what we can achieve. So let's talk about the 2 minds that you have. You have a waking mind and you have a dreaming mind. Each of us has 2 minds. Now, the waking mind is what thinks, reasons. It's limited and it perceives the world through the physical senses, and it's limited to the physical world. It's the mind that most people use the majority of the time. It's our analytical mind. It's our rationality. But the dreaming mind is far more powerful. The dreaming mind is unlimited. The dreaming mind is a part of us that transcends ordinary physical reality. The dreaming mind sees deeply into the heart of things. It's the part of us that dreams. It's the seat of our intuition. And it remembers a time when we had greater capacity than we have now. Your waking mind does not fully understand the true nature of things, but your dreaming mind does. It's time to awaken your dreaming mind. And this, my friends, is how we start activating more of our brain's amazing potential. Now, the brain is a lousy master, but it's a fantastic servant. So one of the greatest causes of stress is ruminating, obsessing. We spin and spin and spin on a particular thought. We move through the same patterns over and over and over again. And repetitive thoughts, monkey mind, is simply a result of not training our minds effectively. So today we're going to learn how to train our minds. It's going to continue to take practice. When I learned how to meditate a zillion years ago when I was 17 years old, I started with only 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes, my friends, is good. Then maybe every week you add 1 minute. Meditation regrooves the mind, builds new neurological pathways. Do it enough, and your brain becomes like a muscle. It can stay calm in the face of any challenge. So take a moment, and just as you hear me talk, start to breathe in for the count of 5. So kind of like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then please hold that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please continue the 5 inhale, 5 hold, 5 exhale for the next few minutes. Now, as you do that, the reason that you hold your breath is because holding our breath separates air from energy. As we learn how to properly breathe, we then have tremendous emotional resilience, but also physical resilience. We only have 24 hours in a day. We have people, places, projects that need our attention. Well, we cannot eliminate our list of responsibilities. We can monitor and manage our energy. Like hours in a day, our energy starts to seem finite at some point, but it actually can become infinite. We all are powerful creators. If we just take 5 minutes per day to manage our breathing in the way that you guys are doing right now, you will start to notice that your mind slows down, that you can feel more energy in your body. Now, our brain needs energy. Our brain cells require up to 2 times more energy than that of any other cells in our entire body. Our neurons are so busy communicating with each other that they have a massive high demand for energy. Brain cells don't get to take naps or vacation days. Our entire body relies on transmissions that are formed by the neurons in our brain. And communication throughout our nervous system eats up the most energy by consuming up to 1/2 of our entire brain's energy. So the question is, how can we provide more energy to our brain? Meditation is like rest for the brain. A recent article in Scientific American states that neuroscience reveals the secrets of meditation's greatest benefits. Downtime replenishes the brain stores of attention and motivation. So let's rest and feed our brain right now. When we're done with this webinar, you're going to get the recording. You're also going to get a follow-up packet that has all the processes we're doing today typed up. And for this particular process, we also have a video. So whenever you're feeling like you need more energy, you can watch the video, and I'll walk you through this process again. So let's do it, our energy recall process. In our executive coaching practice, we make sure that our clients leverage and recall their energy. As a result, they don't suffer from burnout because we teach them how to get more done through others. So for those of you who are trying to get everything done yourself, I want you to do this process right now with the intention of understanding where you're putting your energy and how to do it more effectively. So please make sure that you sit up straight. We all place energy out in the world, in people, in places. We place energy in projects. We even place energy in our calendar. We generally place energy in an attempt to get something accomplished. Like we want a person to do something, maybe we have a negative judgment about somebody. In that case, we'll push our energy out to them to try to make them change. This happens all the time. The trouble is we often leave our energy where we placed it, even when its purpose is complete. Countless executive coaching clients of ours have done this energy recall process only to find, to their amazement, they still had energy in former coworkers from years ago. Let's do it. So, sitting up straight, close your eyes. Please see a large golden sun about 4 feet above your head. This is your energy. Now, in your mind's eye, please flick a switch and notice that the sun is now magnetic. Ask that energy field, that energy sun, to call back your energy, to recall your energy from wherever you have placed it, in other people, physical locations, specific projects. Maybe you even placed it in your calendar. Many people see the energy coming back in either discs like pancakes or frisbees, or they see streaming light or energy. Start to notice what you see in your mind's eye when you are recalling your energy. Keep calling it back, regardless of the form that the returning energy takes. Notice where it's coming from. Where had you placed it? You can do this by looking at what's at the other end of that returning energy. If you're one of the people that sees an energy returning as a stream, look at who's at the other end of that stream. If you see energy returning as a disc or a frisbee or a pancake, flip that disc or frisbee or pancake over and see if there's a name on the back. Is it someone's name or a location or a project? Can you see who or where the energy is coming back from? Keep breathing. Keep recalling your energy. Just another couple moments. See it coming back into your sun. Start to notice where you put the largest amounts of your energy. Maybe you put 60% in this particular person, or even just the majority. Maybe you don't see percentages. Keep calling it back into that big sun about 4 feet above your head. Now, once your energy is recalled, please flip the switch on the sun and see the energy in the form of golden light now. If that sun is no longer magnetic, that golden light in the sun, the recalled energy, is now pouring down into the top of your head. It's pouring down into the top of your head. Bring that energy from the sun back into your body. See it filling your entire body with golden light. Keep breathing. Keep seeing it fill your entire body. And in a few minutes, you're going to notice that in your mind's eye, all you see is a golden you. Keep doing this until all you see is a golden you. See the energy filling you up inside, and now see it covering you. Notice that there is a lot coming back. As soon as you see yourself fully as golden light, you're totally full of that energy again, you're totally covered with it, and you notice that there's some extra. Start radiating out all that energy. See it radiating off of you to your office, filling your office. You might be feeling some tingling in your hands or the bottom of your feet. There are tremendous amounts of energy centers there. You might be feeling energy tingling on the top of your head, in the area between your eyebrows, in your throat, in the center of your chest, in your solar plexus, in the cradle, if you will, of your hips, in the base of your spine. Just notice. And now radiate out to the town, to the state, to the country, and now all over the globe. And keep doing that. And when you understand how much energy you are putting out and to whom, you will understand why you sometimes feel drained. Then you can work with your executive coach on putting energy into the positive alternative, what we call the relationship bubble, which is really the third part in every relationship, right? There's you, me, and us. When we put our energy into us, into that third entity that we are co-creating together, you will, to your amazement, notice that you don't get drained. You will notice that your relationships are richer because you're putting your energy into a entity that you are co-creating together instead of putting it into another person where, frankly, it does not belong. Think about those love songs, like, I can't get you out of my head. Literally, okay? Don't put your energy in somebody else. It doesn't belong there, all right? When you put your energy into what you're co-creating, you will feel stronger and more clear. Good. Alexis, let me know if we have any questions or comments. Everybody just keep enjoying.
We are, Christine. We do have some ahas already, which is awesome. First things first, thank you everybody for joining us today. After this webinar, within the next 24 hours, you will receive the replay link. You will receive the decks and the practices that Christine is demonstrating today. Also, for the sake of time, because we want to keep this kind of quick today and make sure that we're respectful of your time and your energy, any questions that you have can be submitted via email. If we don't get to your question or comment today, I promise you that we will reply via email. We don't want anyone to feel left out. So some of the kind of exciting ahas, which is really cool, was for the first one, John J., he's actually the head of IT for a financial firm, had some feedback. He said that he was skeptical about meditation having benefits that would apply to his professional life. But he had no idea that there were actual studies that confirmed real, tangible things that could happen in his brain as a result of these meditation, and he can't wait to learn more. So thank you, John, for sharing that. We appreciate your aha. And after this energy recall process, Susan has a comment. She said, oh my goodness. She said, I saw energy coming back to her from a guy that she worked with over 15 years ago. She can't believe that someone she totally forgot. She's like, I don't even remember his name, just his face, that could still be impacting me today. So thank you, Susan, for sharing that. Here we have another comment from Christine. She said, thank you. I'm so glad in all caps, to have my energy back. So awesome. You are more than welcome, Christine. We do have a question from Ron. What is the time of day to do this? So like, what would be the best time of day to do the energy recall process?
You know, Ron, I would do what works best for you, but I recall my energy for sure at the end of the day. Seriously, you guys just saw it takes like 3 to 5 minutes. And remember, you know, we're going to give you a video link, so you can just turn that video on and just kick back, and I'll walk you right through it. So end of the day is really good. It's a nice way to end the workday, right, and then transition into personal time. So at the end of the workday, and then anytime during the day when you're feeling a little bit drained, do it. And some people like to do it first thing in the morning. For me, first thing in the morning, I'm clear, everything's groovy, so I usually do it midday or at that transition point after work before personal evening.
Very, very cool. One last question we'll do real quick about the energy recall. And please, everyone, continue to type your questions into the question feature on the chat box that you see up on your screen. This question comes from Barbara M. She's an HR manager, and she has a question about the energy recall process. She attended a conference, Christine, where you spoke, and she follows you on Forbes. So this is actually the second time she's gone through the energy recall process. And when she went through it this time, she said the energy that came back both times was from the same person. Is this normal, or am I doing something wrong?
Well, you're putting a lot of your energy into that person. So the first thing I would ask is, what are you trying to achieve? Are you judging that person a lot? Do you have a lot of judgments about that person? Because that's pretty energetically expensive. And then separately, are you trying to get that person to change or to do something? Barbara, I really recommend you put it in what the two of you are creating together, or if that person is no longer in your life, you cut the energetic cords. Here's a quick thing you guys can do. When we get entangled, relationship, we want to be healthy, but entanglement happens when we have resentment, when we have judgments, etc. When you get energetically entangled, what you really want to do is kind of cut those energy cords that exist in the navel center, if you will, coming from your tummy, your solar plexus. You want to cut those energy cords and actually stick them into the earth. A lot of people, a lot of indigenous tribes teach cutting energy cords, but not everybody always remembers stick them into the earth. Don't just let them flap around. So if it's not a healthy relationship and there is no future to it, and you can't create a relationship bubble, cut those cords, stick them into the earth.
And we're going to do one more quick one. This is from Molly. Molly asks, what if people don't see or feel the process we're leading them through? Can we reassure them that just allowing as much as they can is enough? Molly, are you trying to lead someone through the energy recall process, explain it to them, or do the process yourself? If you could answer that question, we will. Then we can return to your question. Yeah, it's the next Q&A portion. So thank you, everyone, for your questions. Keep them coming. And Christine, back to you.
Beautiful, thanks. So for those of you who are curious about digging in more deeply and having an experience, on November 17th to 20 this year, we're going to have a retreat. And this is a retreat for leaders who really want to boost their understanding and their experience of mindfulness, of ancient wisdom, of connecting to the earth. It's very intimate. We only have 10 or so people, and they're all there to connect with nature, to connect with themselves, to connect with people of like mind, and to learn how to manage their energy very powerfully and get very still, understand how the natural world works, understand energy and how it's connected very directly to manifestation. You all saw manifestation examples in the ROI slide I showed you before. And also one of my favorite things is awaken those dormant abilities that you didn't really know that you had. So if you're curious, go to smarttribesinstitute.com/STI retreat. All right, let's do another technique. Oh, and this is just what it looks like. All right, so we now know that meditation leads to volume changes in key areas of the brain. It helps us reduce activity in that kind of me, critter brain, monkey mind. And just a few days of intensive training increases concentration, attention, clarity, performance, connection. Grounding, let's do that next. So Dr. Stephen Sinatra, prominent cardiologist, innovative pioneer, he is a guy who really likes to use, as a cardiologist, new techniques. And about 13 years ago, he was introduced to earthing, also known as grounding, and he was really skeptical. He thought, wait, putting my feet on the ground is going to improve my heart and my body, what? And then as he thought about it, he said, wait a second. The heart is the most electrical organ of the body, and we are electrical beings. So think about when you're like really energized, right? Think about if you're really angry. Think about any sort of intense emotion. Do you feel the energy, the electricity, if you will, moving through your body? So here's the thing. We can balance our energy, and it's been proven now by Dr. Sinatra and his colleagues, by simply walking barefoot on the earth for at least 20 minutes. It gives us a general sense of well-being, of course, but it also helps us ameliorate the constant assault of electromagnetic fields and radiation from cell phones, computers, Wi-Fi, etc. But not everybody else has the opportunity to do that. I don't have the opportunity to walk barefoot on the earth for 20 minutes per day. I just don't. So let's do an exercise that actually gives very similar results to this. So please make sure, as usual, that all your sounds are off, cell phones, noisemakers are off, sit up straight. And when you're on your own at home, always feel free to set a timer for 5 or so minutes. So sit with a straight spine, have your feet placed down on the ground, on the carpet, on wherever you are. And now please see and feel cords like roots growing down from the bottom of your feet and from the base of your spine. From the base of your spine and the bottom of your feet, sort of like a three-legged stool. So see cords and actually feel them energetically pushing through the carpet, pushing into the dirt, diving deeper, deeper through the dirt into the bedrock. And as soon as they feel super deep into the bedrock, some people like to even go into the molten core of the planet, spread those roots out like the root system of a tree. Spread them out wide. Good. And now, when your root system has been built, and this is really helpful throughout the day to stay grounded, especially in times of change or stress. Now, please inhale your belly full of energy from the earth. Notice what it feels like, earth energy. Inhale it into your full belly, so kind of puff your tummy out. And now pull your tummy in, holding your breath. Pull your tummy in, holding your breath. Direct the energy up into your heart. And as soon as it burns a little bit, meaning your body is saying, I want some air, exhale from your heart all the way up, base of your throat, third eye between your eyebrows and slightly above, top of your head. Let's do that a couple more times. Feel how interesting the energy of the earth is. I find it absolutely fascinating how grounding and stabilizing it is. So inhale in through your root system. Fill your belly. Hold the breath. Pull the belly in. Move the energy of the earth up into the heart, center of the chest, heart center. As soon as it starts to burn, release it, throat, third eye, top of head. Let's do it a couple more times. By now you might be feeling tingling in the bottom of your feet and in your hands because you are filling your body with energy and your body is responding. We are electrical beings. A couple more times. Inhaling in, holding, moving up to the heart, releasing up through the head. Good. Grounding. You know what's great about this? You can do this during a meeting. You can do this when there's somebody who's freaking out near you. You can do this in the car when you're in traffic. You can do this anytime. So eventually, we're going to want to pull energy from the heavens down as well. We'll send details in our follow-up on that. So now we know how to recall our energy and bring it back in our body from people, places, things. And now we've also learned how to stabilize our body, if you will, stabilize our energy field by pulling energy up from the earth. Every highly accomplished leader I know learns how to stop the world and stop their thoughts on command. This is one of the best ways to make key decisions, to determine if a competitive action is truly a threat, to see future products. Any of you who have read my blog in Forbes called I Stalked Steve Jobs, where Steve Jobs and I are talking, and he is telling me what the future is going to look like 18 years from the conversation date. So he could see out 18 years. Steve Jobs did a really good job of regularly stopping the world, stopping the external world, stopping his thoughts so he could improve his vision. Every key leader I know learns how to stop their thoughts because that is where we see truly, clearly beyond all the transitory stuff in this world. So, good. So in today's global ecosystem, it is our great good fortune to lead our people, to cultivate our people to the next level of performance, connection, emotional engagement, glory, triumph, and using some, and we've only taught you a couple today. At some point, if you come to our 3-day, you will learn about all the different types of elemental energy, the energy of stones, the energy of the sun, the moon, the sky. We learned a little bit about the energy of the earth today, the energy of fire, the energy of wind, very helpful to blow problems out of an organization. We need to reconnect to this indigenous wisdom to become bigger versions of ourselves. So if this sounds interesting to you, if you'd like to learn how to seek more balance through connection, connecting with yourself in silence, connecting with nature, learning its secrets, connecting with your version, your personal version of God, the universe, etc., invest time in connecting. Invest time in yourself. Invest time in creating a richer, more fulfilling life. So that's what we do. I want you all to have the experience of a sound journey with Patricia Everett. You'll see her picture right there by all of her cool gongs and stuff. When she plays this music, you actually see the nature of the world. It's truly fascinating. So let's step beyond all the physical stuff that we get caught up in, and let's start to experience who you truly are, how big you are. One of the things that helps us really see this, and we do this in day 2 of our retreat, is we have every single person in the room move something physical with their mind. They're not bending spoons. We're not going as crazy as that. But when we move something with our mind, we start to understand. We do it solely for the purpose of understanding how to direct energy. When you understand where your energy is, how it comes out of your body, and how to direct it effectively, your whole experience of reality changes. So, of course, you also learn how to have great insights, more clear vision, less stress, more stillness and calm. And I want this for you guys, all of this and more. So if this sounds cool, great. I think we can take some more questions. We've got about 5 minutes. Let's do it.
Awesome. So we have a question from Deborah, and she wants to know, she's like, the term mindful seems to be used a lot, and she has no idea where to begin. So she's wondering about the retreat. Does she have to have experience or any credentials in order to attend the retreat?
No, Deborah. All you have to do is fill out a list of, I don't know, maybe 10 questions, because we want to know kind of what your key belief systems are, and we want to just understand a little bit about you. So no, this can be for brand new people to the whole area of getting still and mindfulness.
And thank you, David, who says, great stuff, simply amazing, and then a big thank you in all caps. Real quick to go back to Molly's question, she wanted to know, she's the one who had asked, what if people don't see or feel the process we're leading them through? Can we reassure them that just allowing as much as they can is enough? And that to clarify that, yes, this is working with others with various mindfulness techniques.
Yes, Molly, here's the thing. People are at different levels of sensitivity. When they first start stopping the world, often they will notice that they have a barrage of continuous thoughts. That's why we're going to send you some processes, and you can pick whichever one you like best to stop stopping your thoughts. So people will have different degrees of sensitivity. When I do the practices that we just did today, I mean, the bottom of my feet and my hands and the top of my head are absolutely buzzing. But I've been doing this for a long time. And I see energy, and most people don't see energy yet. It's just a matter of practice. Let people be exactly where they are. It's benefiting everybody, and let them have whatever experience they have, and don't set any expectation. The only expectation I set at the retreat is, the benefits, of course, but everybody will move something physical with their mind, because that's what happens. And when they do that, it shifts their reality, and they have a whole new version of themselves. So I can set that expectation because it always happens. But let people have their experience. Let people have their experience. And guys, if you guys just start with 5 minutes a day, seriously, it's a great place to start.
And exactly. So Christine, actually we have another Christine that has a comment that really kind of goes with that. She says, I've had a wicked pain in my neck for days. Nothing, not painkillers, not stretching, not attempting to relax, has been able to get rid of it. Suddenly it's gone. I'm a believer now. Well, Christine, we are happy that we're able to, have a process and a practice that helps you through that. So thank you for your kind of testimony there.
Awesome.
Simon has a question. Do you do insight meditation through walking with limited thinking? I find moving meditation, observing the feelings with no thinking works better in the real world. And thanks for a great webinar.
Here's the thing. Guys, do whatever works best for you. Sometimes walking meditation is the perfect way to get started, especially for people who are super physical or super active or have a super zoomy mind. Just one of our clients was saying to me the other day, Christine, I'm doing my 5 minutes. I'm doing my 5 minutes every morning, and I'm doing it on the exercise bike. And I said, fantastic. So it doesn't matter. Do it wherever you need to do it. For her, it works to sit there on the exercise bike, and that gives her the ability to stop her mind. Fantastic. Do whichever method or technique works best for you.
Angela has a very good question. She said, what if the retreat dates don't work for me? Will another opportunity arise? Yes, Angela, it will, and we will send you those details. Very, very exciting. So yes, everyone, if the November 17th through 20th dates do not work for your schedule, you are not going to be left out. We have another amazing opportunity coming up, and we will send you that information.
Beautiful.
Mary Beth has a question. She said, are you recommending 5 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of energy recall each day?
Okay, thank you. What's really great is to do 5 minutes in the morning to set the stage, if you will. So I would love that. That would be awesome if you could do 5 minutes in the morning just to get still and to set the kind of baseline for the day. And then at the end of the workday, do 5 minutes of energy recall to bring back your energy so you can be fresh and bright for the evening. Yeah, that would be great. If all I can get is 5 minutes a day, pick whichever one you need. But if you can do 10 minutes a day, 5 and 5, ooh, great. And then gradually work your way up.
All right, everyone, we are at the end of today's presentation, but please, if you still have questions or if we didn't get to your question, I will reply via email. If you still have questions, please email ops@smarttribesinstitute.com. My name is Alexis, and I will answer any and all questions that come in, or if you need further clarification or more information on the retreat, it will be my privilege to provide that to you. So that is all that we have for today. Christine, if you want, the address again, ops@smarttribesinstitute.com is the email address.
And maybe type that into the chat box if you could. So it's ops like operation. Good. So thank you for investing in yourself today, guys. Thank you for the opportunity to be of service to you. Thank you for being courageous and curious about starting this practice or increasing the practice. All right, we're going to sign off now and hope that you got value from this webinar, and we'll see you on email with all sorts of cool follow-up stuff. Take good care, guys. Thank you.